sink the whole Pro Code Studies project. And he's like, no, I might even write a book about this. And I laughed like you guys are laughing, because that's ridiculous. But then a couple months later, Nick sent around an email. He's like, no, I was talking to Doug Siri about this. I think it's a great idea. We should do a book about this. And we had already had a very productive conversation on the working group that involved John Bell and the group that you see assembled in front of you here today. And then through Nick spearheading this project on a wiki, the next thing I know, we published this book.
So we barely figured out how to write the book, let alone do an electronic literature reading of it. So this is totally an experiment.
So the way we wrote the book is in a wiki with Skype and email and a lot of collaboration.
So I believe what our plan is for today is Nick is going to type the code and then do variations on it. And then we're going to do what we do.
Color commentary.
What did I share for?
Is he starting to
So right now this is the typical day doing something obscure, and this is going to print the entire contents of the Highlander script. Here we go. So this is the code.
Yeah, so he types it so gracefully. Notice Nick's graceful typing. Oh, look what he just did.
So you notice how many people have used the Commodore 64, the actual thing, and not an emulator? So, well, more people in this room than most other rooms probably. I mean, if you can remember, you can type the code and then you can use the cursors just to go up. You don't have to relist the program to edit it. The screen is almost like a play space where you can use the cursor to go up and modify the code on the fly.
So right now, so of course the book is hinged on that particular character, that particular part of that scheme, number 205 and 206, that I once called slashes, but Nick dutifully pointed out our diagonal lines.
And if you look at the slashes, the forward slash and backslash, you will see that they are different than these diagonal lines.
And in fact, if they had not been diagonal lines, they wouldn't produce the base. They would produce something.
It would be also the gaps.
Yeah. What's he doing? Oh, I see. He's demonstrating. Now Nick is now demonstrating for you the difference between a slash and a diagonal line.
See the slash is shorter? I think it has a steeper slope. Okay, we're missing a key element here, which would be the go-to. Go-to Sarkis and Refinements. Oh, and what's the problem here? This is a quiz. What's wrong with this line of code?
It's missing
And this is the legacy of the original basic program. The semicolon would tell the printer to stay in the same line rather than have a carriage return. See, oh, you stopped it too fast. Now you notice right now it's only doing one line at the bottom. This is going to blow. When it reaches the top of the screen, watch this what happens.
The screen is full.
2 lines! Oh my god!
Now, and also notice the pseudo-randomness. You'll probably notice it's not actually random. That's what we're seeing. Pseudo-random. Someone's very good at calculating randomness in your mind. You can notice, you can perceive that. Oh, what's he doing now?
So we changed the variable area.
Right, he's got the .005.
Or rooftop. With a few bad tiles.
Now you're laughing, but this is kind of how we wrote the book.
We did a lot of translating and wording of lines to understand the basic line we were working with.
Well, there's a certain amount of, hey, what does that look like? You know, and why would people care?
Right, so with a single line of code, you can change the variable of randomness, but you can also change the actual characters that are being played with.
Hit. Wow, you're like backseat coding up there. No. Or you might get it in a 5-state error. Try to do it with the language. I think it's so. When we figured out what we figured out, we figured out.
So this is gonna print. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be doing much.
Well, I think he's doing the one about the line.
Reading code is really sophisticated.
There you go. See, so no line number there. So the other reason why this is like writing the book is that, in addition to people experimenting with the different variations on the actual original program, and again, that's kind of one of the basis of what we saw as being so important about this line of code, is that it encouraged people was people did ports of the code into different languages.
Well, the original Commodore 64 manual that some version of this code appeared in was actually not a one-line program, it was 3 lines. The manual encouraged people to go play with the variables, see what happens, which is something you don't see in user manuals anymore.
Right. Wow.
Nice.
Vermont. Oh, okay.
Security's here.
I don't know if you guys see that on Commodore 64.
Right. You're so polite.
So one of the things we're going to encourage you guys to do is to go to the exhibit where the Commodore 64 is set up tomorrow in the Heinz building, and you can do variations just like this for yourselves. You can type in the program, change it up as you wish, and become a veritable C64 basic rock star. And the book is free. Book is
Not that, but the PDF version of it.
PDF is free at
timprint.org.
It's a Creative Commons licensed version of it. Or you can
buy it.
Yes.
The MIT Press. They're donating.
the money, the proceeds to it go to the Electronic Literature Organization.
And that brings us to the final, since he mentioned ELO, the Electronic Literature Organization, which we have many board members involved in this event tonight, welcome you to join the organization. And it's simple to do. You just go to eliterature.org. It's a wonderful organization. We put on a yearly conference. The next one's coming up in Paris in September, and then Milwaukee in 2014, and we're looking at Bergen, Norway in 2015. We do a lot of wonderful events like this kind of involvement, and we would love to have you join us if you haven't been already a member. So thank you.
Thank you all for coming this evening to the reading for Avenues of Access. We hope to see you tomorrow. Have a great night.